Oh, true lovers. So, your soulmate still hasn't arrived, huh? Maybe the universe ran out of twin flames and you're stuck with damp matches. Or maybe, just maybe, the person who gets you is lost in Peru doing an ayahuasca cleanse and forgot their phone charger. It's fine. Totally fine. Enlightenment is patient, right? Right on. Hi, I'm Haim with Be Love Media, and today we'll chat about the juncture between the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching and your love life. This is going to be about verse 14 of 81 verses in the Tao Te Ching, 2,600-year-old ancient wisdom from the ancient China in the era of the Warring States period, written by Lao Tzu. I'm passionate about helping true lovers like you stop searching for the one like it's a GPS location and start tuning into love as a path, not a prize. If you stick around till the end of this video, I promise to gift you 3 practical tips for your dating life based on this verse 14. And while you're here in your beautiful body temple with Wi-Fi, like, subscribe, and hit that bell like it's the sound of your intuition finally waking up. So, for those of you who don't know my story, and those of you who do, I pity you because I'm about to repeat it. I am sitting here with you talking about a topic that is painful for a lot of us because I have been through 3 failed marriages. Yes. 3 divorces, if you can believe that. And did I have to go through that? I don't know, but something tells me that that is my karma, and I absolutely had to go through that and learn the lessons that I needed to learn from that. So here I am. The year is end of 2019, right before the pandemic of 2020 came around. And I just petitioned for my 3rd divorce from my worst relationship of my entire life. Never mind, it gave me the amazing 80-year-old child that I have now, that I had with that woman. However, the journey that I took with her, and still taking to some extent as my ex, was painful. And a part of me wishes that never happened. A part of me wishes that I could have known better, that I would have been wise enough to notice the red flags, but I wasn't, not even close. Even if some people in my life told me to beware, but I had to go through it. But something happened to me end of 2019 as I separated from that person and started my journey as a single person again, but this time with this powerful awareness that something's got to change, that I have to look at things going forward in a completely different way. Otherwise, I will end up in the same exact sinking ship again. And I had no desire to go through that 4th time. So I clung to this wisdom, the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching. I stumbled upon it and I just started obsessing over studying it and understanding what is in those mysterious poems, 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching. What are they trying to tell me? And most important, can I squeeze wisdom juice out of those verses, verse by verse, line by line, and apply it to my life, to my love life, to my dating life? Can that teach me how to love myself and how to become the person that I want to attract? How can I become the perfect partner or a good enough partner to attract somebody like so? And I did. 18 months later of milling around in this wisdom, reading it over and over and over and over again, listening to it on YouTube for every translation I could get my hands on or my eyes on. 18 months later, and after trying all kind of dating apps, and you know what, I met the love of my life, my best friend, and my current wife and life partner, stepmom to my child, to our child, and I never looked back. This experience, through the eyes of the Tao Te Ching, through the eyes of wisdom, blew my mind. It was like nothing I've ever experienced, nothing I've ever expected, and it came full blown with all its bliss, with all its softness and gentleness and kindness and generosity. And I was like, oh my God, what was I doing before that? And where was she my whole life? And of course, where was I as far as getting to know myself, right? So, verse 14 of the Tao Te Ching. Let's get mystical for a moment, true lovers. Here's verse 14 coming at you. Look, it cannot be seen. It is beyond form. Listen, it cannot be heard. It is beyond sound. Grasp, it cannot be held. It is intangible. These three are indefinable. Therefore, they are joined in one. From above, it is not bright. From below, it is not dark. An unbroken thread beyond description. It returns to nothingness. The form of the formless, the image of imageless. It is called indefinable and beyond imagination. Stand before it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. Stand with the Tao. Move with the present. Knowing the ancient beginning is the essence of wisdom. Close quote. Granted, there is so much wisdom in this. There is so much to unpack, but I'm just going to focus on 5 takeaways to connect the verse 14 of the Tao Te Ching to finding a partner. So let's translate the poetic into the practical. 1. True connection is felt, not measured. That magnetic soul feeling, it won't show up in a profile bio or a checklist. If you're trying to see love with your eyes only, you're missing the deeper signal. Now, those of us who are obsessed with looks, with appearance, with good looks, watch out. Granted, we all have to be attracted. Kabbalah says we absolutely have to be attracted to a potential partner. Maybe some can do without it. I don't know. I've never met anybody who is. I know I cannot. I know I am wholeheartedly attracted to my wife, and that's perfectly fine. That is, I would say, necessary for the passionate part of love relationship. However, do I focus on that? Do I meet somebody who's so mesmerizing that I lose myself and I can't see into who they are, and I can't see the red flags that try to communicate to me, this is not the right person for you and you are not the right person for them? Have you seen how they yelled at the waiter? Have you seen how they didn't open the door to a person right in front of them or right behind them? Have you seen how they didn't give a seat to an older person or a handicap in a coffee shop? You name it. You know, somebody told me once, watch, when you're dating somebody, watch how they treat the waiter. That is true, but there's something deeper to it. Watch how they treat a waiter who spilled the soup or the coffee on them. Let that sink in for a second. Why? Because one day, soon enough, you might become an item. You might become committed in a committed relationship with them. You will be that waiter one day, whether you make a dinner for them or serve them something, make them coffee, do the laundry for them, whatever. What happens when you mess up? First of all, are they even grateful when you do all those things? Not that you're waiting for that thank you, but it should be there, shouldn't it? We should be grateful for each other's efforts. And what happened when I mess up? I remember my past relationship. I decided to help out, did the laundry, dyed everything pink. Now what? Here comes the yelling, here comes the scolding, here comes the don't ever do the laundry ever again. Really? Even though I meant well? That's what we focus on? Watch out for those. The best matches aren't always loud. and I know you've heard it in previous verses that I read, the ones who shout the loudest about love may not live it. Look for the quiet presence, the one who listens more than they perform. You know that person who is the life of the party? Don't we love them? Does that mean I have to marry that person? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I can just be friends with them. Have fun, hang out, crack a joke. But maybe they're not capable of listening, of being with a painful share that I'm sharing. Maybe they have to crack a joke right after I finish my sentence, when I'm still sitting in that moment of painful sharing. Are you getting my drift? Maybe they can, but maybe they can't. And you want to be with somebody who can hold sacred space for you as you share a story, as you be with that share. Stop trying to grab the ungrabbable. You can't force a soul connection. Clinging to control pushes it further away. Love flows when you let it, not when you chase it with a butterfly net of expectations. Stop trying to grab the ungrabbable. 4, the right person doesn't make sense on paper. Sometimes your soulmate won't check every box, but they'll check in with your soul. The Tao reminds us, truth is beyond the image, beyond form. Again, they might not meet your checklist, but they have a heart, they have a soul. They can listen. Love, number 5, love is timeless, not timed. The idea of meeting someone by 30, or meeting someone who is no more than 30 miles away from me, or marrying within a year is human ego. Divine timing doesn't wear a watch. Stay present, stay open. And as promised, since you stuck around, 3 practical tips from verse 14 for dating. Here is your dating wisdom toolkit, true lovers. Number 1, tune into energy, not just appearance. Before the next date, ask yourself, how does their presence feel in my body? Safe, calm, unsettled? Your nervous system never lies. Watch out for how you feel. Number 2, be okay with uncertainty. If someone makes you feel unsure, but in a grounded, expansive way, not chaotic, lean in. They might have something precious to share with you. Not everything deep is immediate or definable. Give it time to unfold. And 3, release your timeline. Drop the pressure to meet milestone. First date, second date, third date. Love doesn't come faster because you want it more. Instead, focus on being love and let the rest arrive naturally. In closing, true lovers, if this message helped you lean into the mystery of love instead of micromanaging your destiny, then like, comment, share, subscribe to Be Love Media. Because while we may not be able to see the Tao, we can definitely see that you deserve better than texting someone who responds with, LOL, same. Until next time, may your heart stay open, your expectations stay fluid, and your soulmate finally get back from that yoga retreat in silence. Stay weird, stay wild, stay wonderfully undefinable. See you soon, true lovers. Namaste.